Hello students, you're welcome to online lessons on Regina Pacis. Today we are going to be treating English language, and for the topic we have listening for details. Listening for details is another oracy skill in English language where you are expected to either listen to a conversation or to listen to either a news or any information at all. And as you listen, you are expected to do some things. Today we are treating the aspect of listening for details. We need you to listen and be so observant about whatever thing you hear. Now, when we talk about listening for details, you are to take everything into consideration. You are not to leave any stone untouched as you listen. Every information is vital. Every detail is vital because you wouldn't know what you'll be asked to do. On our note we have, it says that listening for details refers to the type of listening we do in which we can't afford to ignore anything because we don't know exactly what information of the listening passage will be necessary to complete the task. So as you listen, you pay in utmost attention to every details. That is the aspect of this listening. Last time we talked about listening and also listening for main idea. But now we are no longer saying that you should focus on the main idea, but every information is very important. So we are going to see the tips that can help you to listen for details. Now, what are the tips for listening for details? First of all, whenever you are listening, be it a news, be it a kind of address, like when you come for assembly and the Reverend Father is about to address you on a vital topic, you are to first of all pay attention to the following. Make sure that you use the keywords and phrases as alerts. You notice that when the Reverend Father is addressing you during assembly, and he chooses a particular topic, you notice that he will keep on repeating some keywords. Some keywords keeps on coming out of his mouth as he's making the address. So you have to know what is that keyword. And the keyword always goes a long way to show you the major information, the main idea of that address. And if you are listening to news, also pay attention to keywords. There are words that you cannot override. Those words that gives you the main idea is what we call the keywords, and they equally help you to bring out the necessary details that comes from whatever you are listening to. Secondly, take bullet point notes to help you remember everything. When you are listening, you should have a jotter with you. Always take note of whatever you are listening to. There are things you might want to write down. Make them in a bullet form. And what do we call bullet form? Either you number them 1, 2, 3, as in you number the points that you're getting, or you give them asterisks, or you just make a point, or even dash. This is what we call bullet points. So when you are listening, have your jotter where you make these bullet points information. At the end of the day, you'll be able to understand what are the vital details in whatever you're listening to. Then secondly, practice rephrasing information so you won't be thrown off by different phrasing. When you are listening, try sometimes to memorize whatever you are hearing. If it's an ongoing address or an ongoing listening activity, you may not be able to pause whatever the person is saying. But at some point, try to remember some words and rephrase them on your own. That way you'll be able to understand the details which are given in that listening activity. And lastly, in an exam situation, first look out for questions asked, so that you find out the details that answers the questions. I've always taught you this, that when you want to listen, when you want to write a comprehension passage, you want to answer questions that follows, there is always a need that you look at the question and then go back to the passage. Now, for a listening activity, also look out for the necessary questions that might crop up from what you are listening to. If there are needs for you to have the definition, what are the definitions? What are the steps? What are the types? What are the advantages? And what are the disadvantages? Look out for these necessary probable questions that will come out from whatever you are listening to. If you have them, then you can easily listen and understand and pay attention to details. Now, for the assignment of what I've just taught you, a voice note on a passage will be given out to you. I will read out the voice note. You are to listen and then answer the questions that comes after the voice note. That way, answer the questions and equally write it on your exercise book as you have always done and post it to the group WhatsApp for English assignment submission. Thank you, students.
It's still going on.